Cathy Clarke was an award-winning photojournalist working for the Knoxville News Sentinel. She was well known for her gift with sports photography, including the University of Tennessee Lady Vols. Cait McMahan was a rising star in high school basketball. At 5'4", the point guard for Heritage High School was breaking school records and making a name for herself. A photo brought these two women together in 2004.
It says so much, but you can't really limit it to one word.
It's the energy and it's her expression. It was just such a jubilation picture and how she jumped up in the air.
The second leading scorer on our team wasn't there at all. She was sick, Katie McGinnis. And Anita Lawson, third leading scorer, got there 5 minutes before the game. So wasn't supposed to win at all.
It was exciting to watch, and then to get the picture of her jumping up in the air and celebrating the victory that they had. So that's what you want as a photographer, to get the picture of the game, you know.
That photo could not get any better. Cathy did it. Top of her game on that one.
I printed one off at the newspaper, and I brought it home and put it on the refrigerator. Sort of like your mother does from school, you know, you always put it on the refrigerator. So yeah, it stayed there.
McMahan spent her senior year in 2005 rehabbing from a torn ACL. That November, she signed with the Lady Vols. Again, Clarke was there to take a special photo. McMahan had two options: redshirt her freshman year and have knee surgery, or play and postpone the surgery until her sophomore year.
I came home, my family was there. The doctor told my mom she had 6 months to live. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna play. You know, she wants to see me play. And we won a national championship. And she made it past 6 months. She made it like 11 months and saw us win a national championship. So I had the surgery actually a week after my mom passed away. So it was just like it was a crazy time of my life, but God got me through it.
September of 2006. Clarke had packed her bags at home and was leaving to hike part of the Appalachian Trail in the morning. All she had to do was make it back to the News Sentinel from an assignment in Norris, Tennessee, and turn her photos in. It was raining. She hydroplaned, crossed the median, and was hit by an SUV.
That's sort of the part where there was the wreck and cars hit, but I was pinned in the car, and there's part of that I don't. After they had to get me out of the car, I don't remember much of that part, thank goodness. It's sort of like I was the ping pong ball in the car, I felt like, and then I was in the hospital for a long, long time. So it's hard to recover, and you just have to have the patience, which is sort of hard for a journalist because you want the story now.
I reached out to her and went to visit, and couldn't believe what I saw. I mean, it was just heartbreaking.
Send this to your mom. Mom, I can't stop laughing.
Did you just say that, Mom? Because we're laughing so loud because we're We're giving it our all. It's a moment or two, but we're working hard. And it's a lot. We're working.
Clarke wasn't the only one working hard to come back from her injury.
Came back my junior year. I actually started about the first 5 games, and I couldn't run with the team. It always been bothering me. I'd have to do an hour of therapy before practice, an hour and a half after. I had to, you know, take sleeping pills because I'd wake up in the middle of the night just crying about my knee.
Well, Cait worked extremely hard to overcome a lot of adversity, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. And I tried to help her as much as I could throughout that process. What got her to the level of being a Lady Vol basketball player, of being an outstanding player in high school, was her work ethic. She was a blue-collar type of player. And so it wasn't about finesse, it wasn't about the shot, it was about the work ethic that went into her productivity. And when she realized that she couldn't be the type of player or prepare to be the type of player in the way she's always prepared to do that, she realized that it was over.
I would just be playing and my knee would just go give out. And I remember the last practice I had, I think it was like the third time it gave out that practice, and I was just laying there and Jenny came over there and I remember just looking at her and I was just like, I'm done, aren't I? And I remember her just, I love Jenny Moshak. She knew, I knew, we knew with the eye contact that I was done. There was nothing more I could do.
McMahan became a student assistant coach for the remainder of her junior season with the Lady Vols and was given the option to continue student coaching through grad school.
I just decided I didn't want to do that. I mean, to me, doing that was like watching all my friends play at recess and I'm in timeout for the whole time. That's how it felt to me. I just told Coach that it was time for me to move on for basketball. I was ready to start a new life. You gotta move on. When stuff goes bad, you can't look back. You just gotta move on.
It's not fair for that type of individual who puts so much effort, so much hard work, sacrificed so much for other people, including her mother, to have it end this way. On the flip side of that, it was closure. It was closure to the end of the chapter of that part of her life, to where now she could channel energies and resources and faith into another part of her life. And she's embraced a new chapter and has succeeded very well there. And so I'm extremely proud of her for that, because she didn't just give up. She rechanneled her focus and was able to close that chapter and focus on another.
Me and Renaldo, I knew Renaldo did music, so we were just hanging out and I just told him, I flow, I write, and he did the reaction like everybody else, no you don't, no you don't. So I just, spit a flow for him right there. And he was like, you gotta do it.
So listen when I'm speaking to you, open up, I'll feed it to you. Sorry, but I beat you to it. God wind up me, but you blew it. This is me, over edge, I'm pulling rappers, hot water. Holy Father, this your daughter, got my going, got my partners. Getting rid of me is out the question, suggestion. Listen to what I say with protection in seconds. I'll replace your favorite rapper. If she's running, I will lap her. If she's throwing, I will sack her. I'm a stealer and a packer.
The song gives you a feeling. The beat gives me like a feeling, and I just write about how I'm feeling. Just, write about the past, write about the future, write about the present. Just write it down. And then I've been blessed with the ability to rhyme and my wordplay, so I love it. It's not work to me, it's fun.
This music's for the soul searching, hurting, working, smoking, perping, go to church, not expecting for the worst type of people who wear a smile no matter what.
Well, it is creative, and she has that creativity as an athlete. She can play ball very well, and so that's still creative. Part of her still part of her personality. So going music is a good thing, and music heals you in a way. For me, if you need help or want to calm down, get the music on and you sort of ease out there and get a little better. So music would be a good way to go.
When did you realize you weren't going to be able to go back to work?
Oh. Well, when I got back to Knoxville, I still went through several doctors here, but what I understood was it would be up to the doctor to decide if I could do the job that I used to do here at the paper. So that was the hope. I could explain to him that yes, I could do this, and he would have to say, yes, you can, or so there's still that hope.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think to not be who you were, I can't imagine what that experience must be like. Being an accomplished artist, basically, through her photography, and then having that taken away, whether it's temporarily or permanently, whether she'll, ever get that back. But if the drive is there, I don't put any obstacles in front of her, not a one.
I just spoke to her and she's like, Cathy, how do you feel? I said, pretty good. And she says, no, how do you feel? Can you get over where you used to? I said, yes, I could.
She wasn't doing so great in her recovery at that point. She needed a little something to kind of get her going, and maybe that was the carrot that we put out there. But the photographers in the box welcomed her back with open arms. They were so thrilled, and everybody made way for Cathy, and they weren't babying her because I know she would absolutely, you know, hate that. I remember after the first day that she shot, she looked exhausted, you know, because it was like she was back at it, and Cathy didn't do anything halfway. Whether she was embedded with the troops, you know, or she was shooting sidelines at football or Lady Vol basketball, she was passionate. Cathy looks at the lens through her soul.
Well, it's a long road of recovery, and I knew that she had been that route too, and she'd gone another path, and so have I. So it's kind of cool to see us up and around, doing all right, doing much better with the music you're doing, so that's cool.
We're smiling.
There you go, there you go.
You know, they've found ways to persevere with things that were taken away from them that they truly loved.
If you choose to take the high road, if you choose to have the positive attitude, if you choose to look at the silver lining, then everything in your life is going to be better.
I can just see in Cathy's face. She's got that.
Yeah. Mission, it's
something
you
don't find in a lot of people.